That's good. That's good. All right, let's go on to our next topic. And we gotta reset here. It's gonna be my topic, and I want to talk about. Okay, first of all, from a scale from 1 to 10, I'll ask you guys really quickly. How much do you like League of Legends?
When I'm winning or when I'm losing?
Game in general.
I would give it an 8.
I would give it a 10.
All right, so Steve, win or loss, gives it a 10. Also changes his beard, no big deal.
Hey, shh.
And
It's a
Ian,
game. It's a game.
Oh, right, sorry. And then Ian, what did you vote?
I said an 8.
All right, an 8. I'd have to give about like an 8 or 9 too. Myself, it's definitely not perfect because of all the frustration that comes with it, but
Right.
it's pretty damn good. So what I wanted to talk about is pretty much League of Legends World Championships.
Okay.
I absolutely love football. Ian, in a couple episodes prior to, in which you can check out on youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers, you talked about fantasy football. We
Yep.
all love fantasy football. I love football. Steve, you like discs. You like the sports. We all like
And
sports.
you love
People
balls.
have a sport, right?
Yeah, we all know you love balls, Steven. So.
Right. We talked about League of Legends being somewhat of it's an esport, and to me, I think it qualifies as a sport. The Worlds is pretty much the Super Bowl. And the other day, Steve, you were going to hop on, but I think you got distracted by something. Rocco, myself, Alan, and our friends Matt, we watched the Worlds, and it was super, super fun. It was the best of 5. It was the Coup Tigers, right, versus I'm forgetting the other team, but it was so much fun to see video games in the light of like championships. Now we've had Evo and a couple other championships that have been they've been really entertaining to watch, and this is not the first time where you go nuts, but like the fact that there have been like these crazy finals that like happen over the course of months, and then you have qualifiers that happen over the course of the other months, and they have preseason with all the patches. Like this is the first time where I feel like, man, video games have really evolved to something crazy addicting, like sports, in the sense of like visual entertainment. Like you're actually watching these games and having a lot of fun, like and there's a lot of structure behind it. And like the cool thing is like Street Fighter's kind of neat, but like the fact that it doesn't change as often, like there's some patches here and there, but like League having a preseason, having major patches every year, super compelling. Because now after Worlds, I felt like I was like, cool, I'm gonna get into it this like patch. I'm gonna start following the teams. Like I want to start picking things. Like I want to learn a little bit more about it. Like I think a lot of us who watched it left the game with motivation to play the game and learn more about it and be prepared for the next season. So I was curious about your thoughts on League of Legends, like world kind of aspect of it.
I got an idea.
Okay.
$1 million idea right here.
All right.
League of Fantasy.
Okay, so I thought about this, but go ahead. How do you see it working?
Well, I mean, you could do if you're a support role, you get so many points for
Assists.
get assists, or having your ADC getting CS.
Yeah, right.
If your
Okay.
CS, then your jungle, how many times they kill a big thing, a big mob, and how many times they get a dragon. That's like a touchdown. Boom. You get a fucking dragon, that's a TD all day.
Yeah.
6 points.
Yeah,
So,
and who is gonna kill it, right? Yeah, you get points for who?
yeah, who does it? Mid lane. And then you got ganks. I mean, shit, ganks are like a 3-point conversion, man.
Yeah.
Right there. I'm telling
there's
you.
a lot of points that because it's interesting. There was an ESPN. Was it ESPN? No, I think it might have been Yahoo Fantasy Sports, but they were interviewing Harry Potter guy. What's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel. Thank you, drunk bearded Steve.
No.
Daniel.
I'm John Legend.
Oh. No, you're not. You're too light, man. I'm sorry to
I'm gonna darken the camera.
No, that's not how it works. Anyway,
Sure.
Daniel Radcliffe was getting interviewed, and like he was explaining how
Let's hear-
soccer just is not
take
that popular because you just don't score as much points. So I like your idea, Ian. There's a lot of ways to score points. I think a lot of ways that we can break down and itemize like the way that things can be scored. So yeah, getting dragons, getting ganks, getting kills.
CS, and then CS could be big, but it could be like, okay, mid lane, it's only like 75%. Top lane, 50%. But bottom lane, if you're ADC, 1 or like
I'm
a
John
1.
Legend.
Yeah. All right, now you're John Legend. Very good, Steve. You look good. You look really good.
Smile. Yeah.
Can't see my teeth.
Anyway, so yeah, I think fantasy could definitely be something we see in the near future. A lot of things right now is like the teams. They don't. I don't know. There's not a lot of consistency. But the other thing about League of Legends Worlds, and a lot of people are surprised when I say this, is that it took place in Germany, and that place can hold 96,000 people. And to my knowledge, that thing was booked.
It's a lot.
Solid.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching it, and there was not an empty seat in the house. And they were watching this live. And that's just crazy. And I'm like, I'm totally into it. So what I kept saying is, like, it felt like it was the 1920s, and a bunch of us are going to, like, the Packers and, like, the Bears, like, NFL championship back in the 1940s.
That was a good year.
Like that.
But
Yeah, it was a great year.
But think
so
about this.
it's really cool to feel like you're pioneer fans of this
Yeah.
like, up-and-coming sport.
But think about this. How fucking boring is the beginning of that? Where you're just fucking farming.
Is it, though? Because, like, here's
Yes.
the thing. Like,
Wait.
It's boring
We
fucking
can make
playing.
it. No, we can make it interesting. You remember the ultimate strategy?
Ultimate strategy?
That
If you
made
play
everything
one
so much
ultimate
more
strategy,
fun.
that's 10 points right there.
yeah. Look,
Yeah.
guys, we're not the best. We're certainly not the worst.
Sometimes
But we
we are
are
entertaining.
entertaining. Okay, again, we're going to get it. We're going to eventually get this. I
Alright.
promise we'll get it.
Entertaining.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, and then the announcers, they do make it entertaining. They tell you a little bit about the players. They tell you about where they come from. They tell you about, like, their abilities to, like, play those characters, strengths, weaknesses, win, losses. There's a lot of different data that you get that's really exciting, and they also get to tell you a little bit about, like, the positions they're playing, and, like, even, like, early things like getting the CSs or the KSs or whatever, and, you know, what you're rolling with in starters. So
Yeah.
it's really, they do make it interesting in the beginning. I was actually kind of surprised because it took the NFL quite a bit of time in order to develop the ways to make things interesting.
I absolutely love watching them.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And it is, you know, it's one thing to watch pro YouTube, like clips, right? But it's another thing to sit down and watch like the game. So I'm really excited to get a little bit more into it next season.
I know.
And to
I
start
really wish I could
following.
talk like that too. And they're like, back, like, oh, he goes something to the middle. He shoots something like that, and then he's like, what? Did you say that?
Oh no, pentakill, ace. Yeah, and it's like, and you know, Tom Kench comes in, he swallows, and he turns around. Oh my god, and like,
There you go.
he's just going nuts, right?
It could be the littlest thing and everything, and they just take it and blow it up. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's super good, super talented, and I know it was really funny because Rocco is watching and I'm watching, and like we're having a blast, just like being like, oh, he's doing blah blah, and like Sarah's sitting there and she's like, man, I don't understand a thing, but this looks exciting.
It looks exciting right now. What's
Yeah.
going on? And the crowd
Yeah.
gets you into it too. People dress up. It's almost
Yeah,
like
they do, and
jerseys.
they have, like, they have like the little like the
Banners.
clamps and stuff. Yeah, the banners. Like, they're into it, man, and it's no surprise. Like South Korea, dude, they're all about video games. I'm pretty sure their national sport is StarCraft. Like, there is, and it was the two South Korean teams. Like, that's a culture that like just loves what they're doing. So it's really cool to see it be appreciated and be like romanticized. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So that's my rant on League of Legends Worlds. Do you guys see any other games kind of getting, like, I mentioned that the thing about Street Fighter is that there's almost like, I feel like to analog it to football is you need those seasons and you need those rollout changes, and it's not a team sport. It's really like a one-on-one. So Street Fighter might be looked at as more like tennis, but you know there's a reason why football is really popular, and I think it is because it's such a team sport and because there's a lot of factors that go into it, and it's a beautiful thing to watch when you see a team, you know, have harmony and mesh together well because they're airing it out and they're scoring touchdown after touchdown and all this stuff. So, also you're muted, Ian. So if you've been talking,
I am muted.
Yeah, there you go.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So
That's
if you
because
had
I didn't want
any,
you to hear me pee.
right,
You
got it.
crazy. You crazy. You crazy.
You're crazy.
So
I knew you.
that's good. And so literally, you sat there with your wife watching these two.
I mean, she was kind of doing her own thing, but she would like look over and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!" Like, Okay, you guys are excited. I'm kind of excited. I don't know what's going on, but this is nuts.
I'm telling you,
That's how like every girl is when they first watch like football. They don't know what's going on, but like, hey, yeah, and then they want to get into it and learn it.
Yeah. That's what my wife says, at least.
Yeah, tight pants. Sure. You little tiger. You little lion, you.
But no, yeah. So I love the game, and there's some aggravation in it sometimes, and
I didn't know how this thing worked.
All right, if you're listening to the podcast, we're just finding different ways to throw up the middle finger. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, Ian, you were saying.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Right.
No, so there's a lot of things that come into the game, and I love that aspect of it. But one thing that aggravates the shit out of me on the game is that if you have someone that wants to ruin the game for you, they can.
Ugh.
So people that just troll, leave, do whatever, and I wish there was a better way to control that. And honestly, I don't foresee any other way to control it. So that's why I kind of dinged it down to the 8. Everything else, the game is great. But yeah, that aggravation really brings it down for me. Because honestly, I played the game well before you guys actually started playing. And I ended up quitting because of that. Because I was just over it. I was like, I'm not going to play this game anymore. Too many people ruin it, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think with friends, the fact that we can play with each other, it really makes that game shine.
I agree.
Because I think I would be, and I know Steve is like seriously on the cusp at times. Like there was a couple months back where we were playing, and Steve was just like, "Yeah, I'm quitting this game. You guys are never on. I don't give a shit. I'm out. Like I'm just tired of this game." I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't blame you because you're playing with a bunch of randos. Shit sucks. It's like trying to play pickup football games and like other people rolling up with like pre-mades and they're just killing you. You're like, I'm not having fun."
Yeah, you got Heifer walking down and the dude with 3 arms. You know, it's like, what the fuck's going on here? You know.
Now here's another cool idea, and I don't know why we're giving all of our secrets. It's probably because we're drunk at this point. But
Who
okay,
said
we
we're
talked
drunk?
about fantasy league, okay? But check this. You know how they have they have flag football leagues?
Mm-hmm.
What if they had local League of Legend leagues?
Oh, like
That'd be
area
cool.
leagues?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Like,
the
what if we could
champion of
sign
fucking Tampa.
up
Boom.
with a bunch of people and and like be like, okay, we're gonna play this. We're signing up, and it's just like your local League of Legends kind of deal. And like, fuck, they run tournaments. Like, how fun would that be?
And then you could actually try to win seats at big championships. You don't have to fucking climb the ranks. You just,
You don't have to climb a ladder with the rest of the world. You just have local League of
Boom.
Legends like tournaments.
There you
Would that
go.
be fun? That would be kind of fun because you're not playing with like you feel like you're playing more with like, I don't know.
And if you could set it up to where you have a landline where you don't have to worry about internet connection, you're all just connected, just like how they used to do.
That would be harder because how are you gonna get like? How are we gonna get landline with us?
What do you mean?
But I would want like a local United States, like Tampa, Florida. Like anybody can sign up, but it's
Right.
Tampa, Florida, and so like, but I could sign up, but I don't have to be land. Like I could just sign up, and then we could be a team in a Tampa, Florida.
Okay,
based
so you could
organization.
still be in your element of your room or whatever.
Yeah. And then we're just fuck it. We're Tampa's champions one year. Like it would be so much fun. It would be just like trying to find like the fantasy football or the flag football league stuff, and like you're playing with your local friends. Because like, you know, that's what's cool about football and baseball and all these other sports is that you can kind of feel like a champion by like signing up locally and like getting a bunch of friends together. And it's kind of for fun. It doesn't really matter, but like it does, right? Like or co-ed, like that stuff is fun to do. So
Girls don't play league, dude. Girls don't play.
Sure they do. They
I'm
absolutely
kidding,
do. And like, I don't know. We don't know any
I was
girls
gonna
that
say
would probably play league,
we've got like 15 followers that are girls on Instagram.
hell
It
yeah.
was a joke, guys.
shout out to those girls. Well, you know what, Ian? They're looking at you like I play league.
Bitch.
yeah.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Well, bring it. Okay, I'll be singed top, and you won't fucking kill me.
Yeah, they'll tear us. I bet you they're better than us. Because look, we're not the best, but we're certainly not the worst. We are
Sexy.
Entertaining.
Oh my god! We will get this. I promise we will get this. Okay. Well, we're gonna go on to our next
I don't know why
topic.
Ian can't get it. I'm just
I don't know. We're trying. We're trying.
done. I'm done. I'm out.